What's up, everybody? I'm James Riley, the author of several series of books, including Half Upon a Time, Story Thieves. What? I love that book. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. And Revenge of Magic, my newest series. Now, you might be sitting at home, a little bored, self-isolating, self-quarantining, whichever, and you're just wondering what you can do. Now, I've got a secret for you. Self-isolating, self-quarantining, this is what writers do all the time. We get to do this constantly, which means we're always telling ourselves stories, we're always living in our imaginations, we're daydreaming, because we always need this alone time to write. So what does that mean? It means you could start writing right now, and if you practice and get better, you're going to be a famous author so fast. Or you're just going to be a storyteller because you like doing it like the rest of us. But what are you going to write about? You're sitting here kind of bored, you don't really have ideas. Well, let me give you 3 suggestions just in case you need a little bit of a head start. First suggestion, what if, now don't steal this, what if your future self comes back in time with a time machine and gives it to you? So you can use that time machine, go anywhere you want, anytime, including next week so you can win the lottery. What would you do? Do you not like that idea? That's fine. I have 2 more. What if, just like in my series Story Thieves, you could jump into any book you wanted. You could meet your favorite characters. You could become a part of the book. If there's magic, you could learn magic. If there's rockets, you could fly to different planets. You could do anything you wanted in any book that exists. What book would you jump into and what would happen? That's the important part of the story. What would happen next? Now, if those 2 ideas aren't good enough, here's my 3rd one. What if, instead of adults being in charge, kids were in charge? What would you do if you were in charge of the whole world? What would you change? What would you fix? What would you make better? What would you do in terms of chocolate production? Because that's one of the most important questions we all have, I think, to this day. Now, if those 3 ideas aren't good enough, the cool thing about our imaginations is we can come up with our own ideas constantly. All we have to do is ask ourselves, what if? What if things were different? What if the sky was purple tomorrow? What would that mean? That would be a little scary. What if instead of water being wet, air was wet? I don't know. That just came up to out of the top of my head, which is why it's a pretty bad idea. But you can come up with all kinds of good ideas if you just ask yourself, what if things were slightly different? So try it. Try writing one of these story ideas or your own and see what happens. That's the cool thing about stories. You can see where they take you and see where they lead, see how they end, and surprise yourself. Shout out real quick to your parents, your teachers, and your librarians who are trying their best to still teach you during this time when all the schools are closed. And I hope this entertains you just a little bit and gives you something fun to do. I'll be back soon. I'm going to be reading some of my books soon on my own YouTube channel. So if you want to hear from me about any of my series, you'll soon see them. Thanks so much. Bye.